2 days ago, I made a video on MSTY, and that was an update on a lot of things that we went over. And one of the things that I mentioned was net asset. If you look here, net asset 2 days ago was 3.08 billion. But within just 2 days, this has increased massively, and I'm going to show you that. Today is another update on MSTY. We're going to look at what Michael Saylor, who is a CEO of MicroStrategy stock or company itself, which MSTY is selling call on. And we're going to look at MSTY price movement. And the last thing I'm going to show you is distributions update from YieldMax and also Roundhill. And we're going to see how much they paid. One of the biggest payer was Connie because he paid over 100%. So that's very impressive. If you like this type of content, please smash the like button. Secondly, consider subscribing to this channel so you don't miss any of the updates whenever I release a new video. And don't forget to share with someone who you think this video might help.
Let me say it differently. If you have 100 vol, you can generate 100% interest just by selling the upside. So people, there are funds like MSTY, all they do is just sell the calls. They just sell the volatility and they generate 180% dividend yield. So who loans us the money? People that want that volatility, because the volatility is worth a lot more than getting paid 12% interest.
So who is giving you the money?
It depends. For the equity, it's Bitcoin maximalists and people that believe in Bitcoin, that want to outperform Bitcoin. It's also institutional investors that like Bitcoin, but they can't buy Bitcoin because of their charter. They can only buy an operating company.
So definitely MicroStrategy stock is very popular, and MSTY is an ETF that has been noted not only from average investor, but even from person like Michael J. Saylor also knows about this ETF. So that's a very impressive. For people who don't know who Michael Saylor is, Michael J. Saylor is an American entrepreneur and business executive. He's an executive chairman and co-founder of MicroStrategy, a company that provides business intelligence, mobile software, and cloud-based services. Saylor was MicroStrategy's chief executive officer from 1989 to 2022. So this guy has been around for a long time. Born in February 4th, 1965, age 60. He was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, United States. Net worth is 8.8 billion. So Michael Saylor is one of the guy, whenever he speaks or he talks about any investment, you have to pay attention, especially if you're an investor who is investing in MSTY, because this is one of the top advocate for crypto and especially Bitcoin. That's very interesting interview that he actually mentioned. MSTY knows it, and I thought I would want to share that with you guys. As I've mentioned in the beginning that when I made a video a couple of days ago, MSTY net asset, that is how much money has been invested in the ETF, was only 3.8 billion. Check it today, is 3.26 billion. The difference between 3.08 to 3.26 is 0.18 billion or $180 million been invested within just 2 days. And percentage wise, that's 5.84%, almost 6% increase in the fund asset and management. That's very impressive because you have to understand, we are talking about YieldMax ETFs. We are not talking about the Vanguard or Schwab. YieldMax it's a big company, but it's not a huge. So 180 million to see the inflow, meaning money coming in to a fund, is very impressive because that shows you that this is a fund that has got people's attention versus a fund that has outflow. Outflow is a fund that is actually losing money because people don't like this fund anymore and they just take all the money out of the fund. So that's a bad sign. So whenever you see money coming in, it can be a good sign. You just have to be cautious though. Don't just go in just because the fund has a lot of inflow. That's kind of a very important update when it comes to MicroStrategy ETF. The other update we're going to look on MSTY is the performance of today or intraday chart. YieldMax MSTR option income strategy ETF MSTY price of today is 24.34. So it has gone up from last update I made. This is very impressive because if you look at the MSTR stock itself, MSTR was actually down by 0.35. So this outperformed MSTR. The market overall wasn't that great today, but MSTY, by surprise, it didn't really lose any money. It just kept the moment it had from yesterday. Again, I want to mention one very important thing. I know there are a lot of people who are looking at this and MSTY being very popular and say, should I put all my money in this ETF? That was a question from one investor yesterday. What I would say is look at your position and see if you want to put all your money in one ETF. I would say it's very important to look at overall pictures and your goal and your strategy of investment, and you can maybe buy MSTY and also diversify other funds. Don't put all your money in this ETF. But if you feel this ETF is perfect or it goes with your goals and your investment strategy, then I don't see any problem. The last thing I would like to give you an update on is distributions from Roundhill and YieldMax. We'll start with YieldMax. YieldMax has announced distribution for weekly pairs. These are 8 ETFs and Group C. So the first one is Chappy here. They pay 62 cents, GPTY 29 cents, LiftG 47 cents or 65%, qdte 33 cents, 43%, RDTY 47 cents, 56%, SDTY 31 cents, 38%. Ulti is going to pay 9 cents, and that's 81%. So Ulti has fallen massively in terms of price, but of course the yield is higher. If you're an investor who want to take a risk, I think this is one of the ETFs to invest your money because it doesn't rely only on one stock, but broad of these very volatile stocks. YMAG 10 cents, 35%, YMAX 17 cents, 67%. Ibni ABMB is going to pay 60 cents or 64%. AMD 34 cents or 62%. Connie is going to pay 65 cents or 102.81. Connie was one of those popular ETFs and it kind of has fallen out of favor because the price has fallen quite a bit, but it's still one of the highest paying ETFs from YieldMax. CVNY, this is a Kavana ETF, is going to pay $2.68 or 86%. This ETF came at $50, but it has fallen a little bit in price. Fiat, this is an ETF that shorts coin, is going to pay 56 cents or 100%. MSFO, this is Microsoft, is going to pay 52 cents or 42%. Netflix ETF is going to pay 92 cents, 64%. The last but not the least is PYPY. This is a PayPal ETF. It's going to pay 55 cents or 55%. For return of capital, there's a blend of 100% and some of them are zero, but most of them, they had like almost 100% return of capital. For example, GPTY is 100%, LiftG is 100% return of capital, qdte 100% of distribution was return of capital, RDTY 100%, SDTY 100%, Ulti distribution 100% of that 9 cents was from return of capital. Last week was different, so it all depends week to week. YMAG 79% of distribution is return of capital. YMAX 73% of that was return of capital. Airbnb 94%, AMD 94%, Connie 96% of distribution is return of capital. CVNY 68% of that was return of capital. Fiat is 0%. MSFO Microsoft ETF 92% of distribution was return of capital. Netflix 95% of that was return of capital, and PYPY 94% of that was return of capital. So most of the distribution this week just came from return of capital except for Fiat. Something I want to mention really quick on return of capital. This is something that raised a lot of questions. Is return of capital good or bad? What I can say is this is just information we have from YieldMax website. To know exactly how much you get paid from the distributions, you have to look at your income statement from your brokerage. They're always going to give you that statement if you're an investor who is investing in taxable account, because you're going to need that information to file your taxes for income from those distribution and dividends. So the best way to go is to look at those statements. Now, X date and record date is May 1st, which is tomorrow. Payment date is going to be on Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Also, Roundhill Investment has announced the following ETF distribution for XDTE, QDTE, RDTE, and YBTC. X date is going to be on May 1st, 2025, and payment date is May 2nd, 2025. Again, for people who don't know, XDTE, QDTE, RDTE, and YBTC, these 4 ETFs, they always have the same schedule as YieldMax weekly and groups distributions. They always pay on a Friday. XDTE is going to pay 26 cents. QDTE is going to pay 22 cents. RDTE is going to pay 25 cents. And YBTC is going to pay 24 cents. This is a little bit lower than what they paid last week for YBTC. And for these ETFs, all of them, they categorize this distribution as return of capital 100%. Today's video was just an update on MSTY ETF. We looked at increase in net assets. We also wanted to hear what MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor says about MSTY and Bitcoin in general. And the last thing we look is distribution from Roundhill and YieldMax. Again, if you like this type of updates and you don't want to miss, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you like this type of content, please smash the like button. And don't forget to share with someone you think this video might help to grow their portfolio or to have that knowledge in their passive income journey. So I really appreciate you watching this video today. Thank you very much. I'll catch you on next video that I'm going to release very soon. Bye bye.